Oh! It is June 30th as I film this shit. And yet, somehow, I'm in the Christmas spirit. Just for you guys. Hello there! CriterioNate here, or Santa, or whoever the fuck I am today. Number 492. Arnaud Desplechin's A Christmas Tale. Un Conte de Noël. Okay, hang on. First, stop the music. Stop the music. Take the beard off, because that's going to annoy me. Take the hat off, even though the hair is screwed up. But, yeah, so. Alright, now that I've gotten that out of the way. Yes, Un Conte de Noël. 2008, 152 minutes, color surround in French with English. Subtitles 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, an alright movie. Pretty dull considering Catherine fucking Devon is in it. I don't like her. I didn't like her in the last Metro. Certainly didn't like her in Repulsion, so why would I like her here? That being said, the movie's not really about her. It's about her, but it's not really about her. It's about everybody else underneath her, and all her kids, or family, and all that. And so, let me tell you about this plot. Though the plot was really complicated. It took me a long time to figure out who the hell was who and all that. So I will try and summarize the plot as best as possible, to the best of my ability, even though it's still kind of tricky. Anyway, sorry, brightness. How can you see me if you can't see me? Anyway, so, Catherine Deneuve plays Junon, the mother, matriarch of this family, the Vuillard family. And her and her husband, Abel, I think her husband's name is Abel, they live together. She's a housewife, and he works at a dye factory. And they have 4 children. Joseph, who died at a young age because he was diagnosed with leukemia, and none of her kids were, I guess, a good match for a bone marrow transplant, and so he ended up dying, I think, at the age of 6 or something, or maybe 6 months or something. It's told at the beginning of the story. But the other living children, Elizabeth, who's the oldest, lives with her husband, Claude, and she has a young son, Paul, who's like 16, and Paul is kind of psychotic and takes medications for his tendencies. He becomes violent at certain times. There's HENRI, who's the middle son, and he's kind of a drunk. And at the beginning of the movie, it's revealed that apparently HENRI was broke, and Elizabeth offered to help him with saving his businesses on the condition that he would no longer have any kind of contact with the rest of the family. For what reason, it's honestly never really revealed, and that's part of the reason why I didn't like it so much, is because I wanted to know what the hell HENRI did. It's hinted at that it's possible that HENRI had sex with Elizabeth when they were younger, and she, resented it, and because of that, it's possible that, Paul might be Elizabeth's HENRI's son. So that's what I'm going with. Even though it's revealed at the end that he isn't HENRI's son. So it's Elizabeth, HENRI, and Ivan. Ivan is the youngest. Ivan's a DJ, and he is really good friends with his cousin Simon. And Ivan is married to Sylvia. And Ivan and Sylvia, I guess Ivan, Sylvia, and Simone, Ivan and Simon both fought over Sylvia. And later on in the movie, I guess it's revealed that Simon gave up on pursuing Sylvia so that Ivan could be happy or something like that. But that's much later in the movie. So anyway, it's discovered that Junon has leukemia as well, and she will die if there is no, or she's going to die, but she could live a little longer if she got a blood or bone marrow transplant. And so she invites all her children over for the Christmas season, including HENRI, who Elizabeth, of course, still resents. And so anyway, so HENRI brings his girlfriend Fania, who's very attractive, and they keep comparing her ass to Angela Bassett's. I'm like, where are they getting that from? So there you are. And HENRI ends up kind of making him, getting drunk and kind of making a fool of himself. I did like the characters. Elizabeth and Claude have two children whose names I can't remember. Gosh, what are their names? Let me look them up. It's like the two names that sound slightly similar here. What are their names? The little kids. Bastille and Baptiste. And they're really cute, and they're a lot of fun. And Abel, as the grandpa, tells them crazy stories and all that. And it's revealed that, and later on in the movie, we get a little timeline as like December 23rd, December 24th. So they want Paul to be the donor. However, HENRI wants to do it. But they're both very scared to take the test because it would reveal that they're related. They're father and son. Later on it isn't, but they still end up bonding over their connection and all that. And at the end of the movie, Paul ends up staying with HENRI because HENRI is a good father figure or good mental health figure to him. And so even though HENRI was hiding Paul's medication, so anyway, and so Fania ends up bonding with the family, especially Junon, who she takes out shopping one day, and so a family friend, what is her name? An older Rosamie, who was a friend of their grandmother, the children's grandmother, although it's highly suggested that they were actually lovers, comes over and tells Sylvia that Simone had given up on her, and Sylvia ends up confronting Simone. Simone gets really depressed and ends up getting drunk, and Sylvia ends up confronting him and confessing that Simon ends up confessing that he loves her and all that. And so they go to bed together, and in the morning Ivan wakes up and finds them together and is very kind of nonchalant, very just kind of not stunned. Maybe he kind of knew that it would happen, but also I think it's just like he was kind of waiting on it, because I think while he still loves but Baptiste and Basile are not. They're Ivan and Sylvia's child. Never mind. I'm lost. See, there's a billion characters in this movie, and there's a billion characters and not enough time to really set it up. Even though the movie's really freaking long, over an hour and a half, 2.5 hours long. It's still too short to fully explain the plot. But you pick it up. I picked it up at the end, but anyway, at the end, it's decided that HENRI will be the donor because his blood test came out okay, and even though the doctor told him you gotta quit smoking and drinking because that's not looking good for you personally. And so Junon ends up going through with the operation, even though she's highly doubtful that her body will accept the blood because she honestly never really liked Henri, and Henri never liked her. But at the end, it seemed like the ice kind of melts a little bit. And so, of course, they go through with it. And that's basically the movie. There's not much else to say about it. I thought the star of this was Emmanuel DeVos, who played Fania. It was freaking gorgeous as hell. She stole the movie, basically, and of course she stole everyone's hearts, being at that family, and Catherine Deneuve was pretty dumb, I thought the ending was pretty dumb too, especially Elizabeth. Elizabeth's, we never really get why Elizabeth hates Henri, but and I think that's what bugs me about it, And Elizabeth's hatred, I feel like, is, I need an explanation for Elizabeth's hatred. That's just me. But anyway, still, it's not a bad movie. There's still a lot of good points about this. I love the little children, and Abel's great. He's played by Jean-Paul Roussillon, so he's great in it, and Henri's great too. I thought he's played by Mathieu Amalric, and I thought he was really good in his role too. I think he plays kind of the crazy uncle really well, or the crazy brother, So that's all I've really got to say about this movie. It's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it did have some pretty funny moments in it. And I really like the scene with Ivan. Ivan's a DJ. I thought they all go. Fania, Sylvia, Simone, and Henri, I think, all go to one of his concerts, and it's really cool to see. I wonder if Ivan was Melville Popov. I wonder if he was actually a DJ. I'm gonna look him up right now because I'm honestly interested to see. He was a composer, so it doesn't say he's a DJ. So he might have probably miming. He's probably miming it, but so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see DJs in movies. So. Anyway, Christmas Tale, not the greatest movie ever because of Catherine Deneuve and the unexplained plot lines. But still not bad. I want to give it a B. I want to give it a B, but I also want to give it a B+. I think, though, because of Catherine Deneuve, as well as the plot, while I was watching, I say this is a B+. But the more I think about it, the more I think about Elizabeth's character and Sylvia's character, and Ivan's nonchalantness toward the fact that he's losing his wife to his cousin, I give it a B. This is a solid B. I have misgivings about it, but that's probably just you two. But anyway, supplements. Disc 1 is movie. Disc 2 has the movie has a film that he did in 2007. That Despachin did in 2007 called L'Ami, or The Beloved. It's a documentary about his childhood home. It's basically a long interview with his father after his mother dies. They were selling the house, and so it just reveals him, him talking to his father about his past and all that, and he was showing him photos and all that. And so that's basically it. There's also a new documentary called Arnaud's Tale, which it has an interview with Despachin and Catherine Deneuve and Mathieu Amalric. It's trailers, the original trailer and the American re-release, and that's basically it. So, Christmas Tale B. I wouldn't be mad if you passed, but I wouldn't be mad if you watched it. Just take it or leave. So, now that we're done with the Christmas Tale, I can get this out of this mess here, because the rest of this review. The rest of this video is going to be dedicated to round 1 of the Criterion sale. Look what I got, guys. Look what I got. Ace in the hole in the hit. So yeah, so as you know, the Criterion Collection sale started yesterday, June 29th. Barnes & Noble, 50% off all Criterion movies. I had to hit it up. I had to do some ordering because I don't know about you, but my Barnes & Noble had nothing. And in fact, I think a lot of the movies I want, you know, they didn't have. I had to order Death of a Cyclist, which, by the way, I ordered it at the customer service desk, and they said they couldn't find it, and it's because it's listed under the Spanish title, Muerte de un Ciclista. And so I told them, you know, I was like, you know, she's like, sorry, I don't see anything. I'm like, look again, you know. I turned into a real film snob, and I hated that. You know. But there it is. So anyway, I ordered that, and I ordered El Norte, and I shortlisted America Lost and Found, the BBS story, which I hope I get this day because I have coupons. They gave me coupons the day before the sale. And I'm like, yes, I'm getting box sets. I'm getting expensive stuff with these. I can get expensive stuff with these coupons, you know. I want to get that, and I want to get maybe Berlin Alexanderplatz as well. But because of how expensive they are, they have to be prepaid, which is stupid. Which means I probably can't use the coupons, but you know. But anyway, maybe I'll do that online or something. But anyway, what else? What else can I tell you? And they had some I want to get. I want to get Slacker for not for Slacker because that movie sucked, but It's Impossible to Learn to Plow by Reading Books. They had The Human Condition, which I almost bought, but again, I'm holding out for a Blu-ray for the Human Condition. They also had Naked. I want to get Naked. They also don't want to get. Well, yeah, anyway, I'd like to get the Blu-ray of Naked. They also had Metropolitan, which I'm probably going to get that one as well. They didn't have any Eclipse series at once, and I want the Raymond Bernard set, which I'll probably order, as well as the well, the other ones. A lot of the other ones they don't have, like the Samuel Fuller one, which is out of print, I think, and the Carlos Saura one, which is out of print. Maybe the Travels with Hiroshi. I forget his last name. The Eclipser would know. I don't know, but I still want to get it because I heard it was really good. And maybe the Aki Kaurismäki Proletariat trilogy. I heard that was really good too. Yeah, and there's a bunch of others I'd like to get. I want to get Drunken Angel. I'd like to get Drunken Angel. I'd like to get, even though we haven't watched it, I'm going to go ahead and take my chances with it. I would like to go ahead and get The Golden Age of Television because that way I'd feel better about it. I have the DVD copy from the library here, but you know, I've been eyeing this one since I got into Criterion, and so we're gonna finally get around to watching it next week, and I'm excited. Really excited to check it out. But again, I'd like to get a copy of it. I think it's still in print, so this is the way they split it up into 3 discs, so they gave me 3 things for it. So yeah, so far I have the Ace in the Hole and the Hit, and those are taken off the list, and blah 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 blah. So anyway, what are some other ones I want? Yeah, I do want to get Death of a Cyclist because that's definitely happening because I really like that one, and El Norte because that one was really important. I'm trying to think of some other ones I'd like to get. I'd also like to get what else is on my to-do list? Homicide, if I can. Kicking and Screaming might be good. Antonio Gaudi. I want to get Antonio Gaudi. I want to get ones that I don't think are ever going to get Blu-ray releases, like Antonio Gaudi or White Dog. I don't see those ever getting Blu-ray releases, But like, or even Blast of Silence. Or I want to get This Sporting Life, but I smell a Blu-ray release for that one. Hell, I mean, Berlin Alexanderplatz might be released on Blu-ray, but I don't care at this point. I just want that one. So anyway, yeah, so that's my story so far. The only thing I'll mention is, oh god, there's a guy there, and I probably shouldn't tell this story in case he's watching this, but yeah, I was like, there was a guy there, and at my Barnes and Noble, there's nobody in the DVD section. Nobody ever wants to come up to the DVD section and just sit there. And I guess I guess the thing is, like, you don't have to sit in that area. You can just go to the front desk and check out there. And the little doorbell thing they have isn't like an alarm system. So, and there was a guy there shopping who didn't know that, and I didn't even bother telling him. So, yeah, and of course I shot him a look when he decided to read. He wanted a box that he had like 8 in his hand. This big dude had like eight movies in his hand. I'm like, oh god. What is money? You know, I mean, like, I barely have enough for the few I'm gonna get this paycheck. You know. So, you know, it's just like, god, and I you know, part of the Criterion Collection Facebook fan page, and everybody's posting their favorites, and it's like, you know, people are spending like spending $200-$300. I'm like, good God, what is that? You know, I've got bills. I don't make enough. Oh God. So I may end up unfollowing the channel for a little while, or the page for a little while, because it's pretty annoying. See people spending like, you know, $200 in one sitting. You know, but that's also because a lot of people, you know, want more movies than I do. You know, I don't want Ghost World. I don't want, you know, Sid and Nancy. I don't want, you know, these other movies. You know, a lot of the movies I want, you know, some of the Blu-rays I want aren't going to be out till later, like the Scenes from a Marriage Blu-ray re-release or My Man Godfrey. You know, so maybe in November, if they're doing the November sale, I think those are supposed to come out in November. Yeah, I'll definitely come back for My Man Godfrey and Scenes from Marriage. When those come out, those will definitely be bought. But for now, you know, I'm just looking for really specific ones that I don't feel like are ever going to be on Blu-ray. And honestly, like, I think at this point, I should probably just not worry about Blu-ray releases, because I can still get money back from selling them. You know, I get, you know, good amount of change, and there's always completionists out there who are going to want the DVDs, so I can look at it that way. So, yeah, so that's my first report. There will be more coming later. I'll just update you as I get things, because obviously, as this season is going to continue into the, you know, about halfway through July, I might as well I'll have time to tell you guys what I buy and show you guys and all that. So, stay tuned. So anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow, Gomorrah. Monday, Downhill Racer. And I know I'm kind of behind. I know I'm falling behind. I said I was going to do this yesterday, but, you know, life. And then I don't know if I'm going to do all of this in one day. I may split this up in a couple days. The Golden Age of Television, but because I really want to pay attention to this one, because I really want to respect this. I'm a huge fan of old television and all that, so those are coming sometime this week. And then probably later next week will be Shay, which I got today. And I put a hold on the Chantal Ackerman set. That's on its way, and I need to go and put a hold, I guess. Probably in a few days I'll put a hold on the Roberto Rossellini War Trilogy, and then done. We're done. So anyway, so yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't have sex with your siblings. Don't cast Catherine Divino in your movies, and give the DJs more time more on-screen time. And that's all I got. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow for Gomorrah. And until then, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.